All right, so welcome back to the fourth Summoner Showcase this season. Today we have Mountain Vargath versus Forged, and the votes are in. Um, Vexer will be playing the Forged with 13 votes, and I'll be playing Mountain Vargath with 6 votes. Ah, you guys gave it to me again. You gave me the Mountain Vargath. Hergrata says this is punishment for beating Colby. Fair enough. Fair enough. So how are we gonna do this? We're starting in a minute, so I don't have time to review games. But thankfully, the strategy against the Forge seems to be pretty straightforward. Um, nope, that's the Mountain Vargath. I always do that. Strategy against the Forge seems to be it's pretty straightforward. You put units in their way, and then the inventor can't come forward. The inventor needs to be getting value out of Forged in Flames in order to be winning, and you can deny that, then you're probably going to be winning. Though granted, you have to lose a lot of value in throwing units at the inventor to do that, so an experienced player can take that value and bring it to the late game instead. But yeah, Ember Cogs and Blast Forge Cogs, just really good. Attacking diagonal, really good. Blast Forge Cog, killing stuff, really good. Mad Cogs can live the entire game if you let them. Against Mountain Vargath, probably will. I don't really see how we assassinate them. Sentry cogs are more situational. You can definitely screw yourself if you put them in the wrong spot. And some swapping, some upgrades and stuff. Don't have too much time to talk Mountain Vargas. I think we're just going to try to plot along, get the midfield, and then win. um, get our brutes in the midfield so we're doing damage. Get our callers in front of our slingers. That'll be great. Use our battle leaders and martial forces. Try to use both of them. Try to get Barn out. That's what Vexer says. Maybe I'll try to build magic to Tordin to do something silly. I feel like trying to play Mountain Vargat the Vexer way hasn't been working for me. So maybe we just need to do Tordin. Maybe we just need to go for it. But with that, let me go ahead and create a link and start this game. Any quick tips in chat for this matchup? Anyone done their league games? How do I not lose? What's the strat? What's the strat? This is like too zoomed out or something. There we go. What are we playing? Mountain Varga. There we go. How do we beat the Forged? What do we do? What do we do? Kill the Summoner. Crap, really? You you don't say. And we're good. Um, yeah, more about this matchup. I feel like it is not good for Mountain Vargath that anyone that just wants to play the middle game is gonna struggle against the inventor. Like same with like Vanguard, because like you get in the middle, you're not threatening the inventor. The inventor just gets infinite value out of Forged in Flames. And that's bad. Real bad. My allergies are acting up today or something. Keep having to mute myself to blow my nose. I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm like perma sick forever. The curse. All right, we're going first. Say it with me. Let's throw this game. Is it worth using a shale slinger just to kill this magcog? Is it worth just not killing this magcog? Why am I an arrow? It probably is worth it to not kill the magcog. Hmm. We could get a brute up front if we wanted to. Yeah, fuck it. Oh, Bean says that they like to put Sundervid here to threaten the ramming advance. Not what I would be doing. Let's think about it. To get Sundervid here, I would kind of just need to. Well, it's possible I would just have to attack the Embercog with a collar instead. Isn't this kind of where I want to put my gate too, though? Really don't know where the gates go in this matchup. Yeah, let the Magcog clog the inventor. That's exactly what I'm thinking. How do you play Mountain Vargath? Where do I put this gate? somebody just take like the first 2 or 3 turns for me, and then I'll take it from there. It'll be great. Beans easily says this is a good starting move for Sunderved. See, the fact that like this first turn takes me so long just like is a massive indicator that I have no idea what I'm doing with this faction. But then if I go here, I can't put the gate there, and that's a pretty good spot for the gate. Just gate there like normal. All right, this is what we're doing. We're just gonna go with A3, the trusty. We're gonna threaten the ramming advance because Beans told us to. Cause Beans told us to. That's the only reason. Slingers are probably good. Unfortunate. And yeah, they don't have any range. This is a great action to threaten the ramming advance against. Do we discard a slinger? Throwing, I see. Thank you, thank you. I strive to be always throwing. Do we discard a slinger? Feel like I want to? They're really good, though. Do you play all 4 slingers? See, I just don't know how to play this faction. Slinger is good. Problem is, if I don't draw a collar, it's going to be a little bit tough to get. Okay, let's just discard 1 slinger this matchup. I'll be fine. And we're like, great hand, rewarded. I'm an expert at Mountain Vargath, actually. I know what I'm doing. Hold, says Sagrada. Oh, snap. So we did draw the collar, but we also drew the collar plus the brute at 3. And against like the inventor, it is a lot about momentum, and we want magic to help with that momentum. Didn't draw the ramming advance to finish the threat, but he sure doesn't know that, so he's probably going to be too afraid to like go down this line. Well, would that actually make you too afraid? Nah, I mean, what you have to do as the inventor here. Here, I'll eat a sock if Vexer doesn't do this. What you have to do as the inventor is move the inventor to here. Place a unit here that can move, so either an Ember Kit. No, you're just fucked. Yeah, you're just screwed as the inventor here. Like maybe what you have to do is go on this side and then place an Ember Cog or a Blast Forge Cog, because if you go on this side, there is no way you can end with a unit that can move in front of the inventor. You just have to send away the Man Cog, and then the inventor is just exposed. So I think you have to go down this side, Go down this side and play something there. Or just build something. Yeah. We called it, Inventor Pro. Don't mind me. But now they gotta they really gotta work for it now, because they're definitely gonna block that spot. They're gonna block both these spots because we have threatened this lane so hard. Man, this seems like we had a great turn one. We forced them to not be able to go this way, forced them to have to awkwardly defend themselves by going the other way. Like, I'm a pro. What can I say? What can I say? This next turn, this brute, yeah, this brute's probably not going to be able to get shoved, but that's fine. Or ram or whatever. Didn't need it, didn't want it, basically. What you guys been up to? I know I said I was going to do a lot of streaming. I've been playing Hollow Knight. I got, basically finished a second playthrough of Hollow Knight. I want to do Pantheon 5. We're gonna get back in there and do high elves. I swear, the prospect of grinding out high elves, which is the new goal I've set for myself, get good at high elves. I promise that that's not the issue here. Uh, Surely that's not deterring us. I'm honestly feeling like doing a cloaks run after high elves, especially after the scuffle. And I've just been talking about people were someone was saying I don't like Sinsin, don't like Bandit, and I'm just no, I love these abilities. I love the uniqueness where they come up sometimes. Why is high elves your goal? Because I'm bad at them. I've gone through it and I've identified what are my Achilles heels? What are the factions that if you give them to me, I'm taking 20-minute turns because I just don't know what to do. And High Elves is top of the list. High Elves is top of the list mostly because they're really effective too. So people are beating them with me, beating me with them a lot, and know your enemy. If I have a better understanding of what makes them good, then I can surely beat them up all the more. Inventor's gonna be clogged. Yeah, we're not killing this mag cog. Vexer ain't gonna know what hit him. If we had a ramming advance right now. Ooh, if we had a ramming advance right now. The other factions, in case you're just wondering what my Achilles heels are, Swamp Orc is also on that list. The new factions like Crimson Order and Mountain Vargoth, I don't really know either, but I'm not really, but they're new factions. You got a real conservative play there. Yeah, I know, right? We're not taking the bait, Vexer. I'm not stupid. I'm I'm not I'm not attacking. I'm not getting that Magcog out of there. Okay, I guess. Oh, I thought we could ram this brute. We can't. Fuck. Um, can we ram our own collar and then ram our brute? Man, that's unfortunate. Top players play like weenies hanging on that hill. Um, yeah, no, this play seems bad. I mean, I get that the other plays may be better. I mean, Vexer takes his time. Yeah, well, yeah, it's fine. It's a shame they didn't kill this caller. Do we go up and place a gate or something stupid? I feel like we don't want to clog things. They're inviting the ramming advance. They know it's an option. Um, do we glory caller go 2 spaces forward, then place a gate? We could really take a lot of pain with Sundervid if we do that. So probably not the move, but you don't know me. I don't know if they attack Sundervid twice, like fool on them. Like now my board is gonna spiral out of control. I think it's a great play. Oh, we did want to. We did want to put the slinger. Fuck. So what I wanted to set up here was a collar, a slinger protected by a collar. Um, Collar Slinger, Brute pushes Magcog away, and Slinger gets a hit on the Inventor. Yeah, that's a good play value wise, but my like hot strategy and the only thing I've been able to do to like stay alive against the Inventor is don't kill Magcogs if they're in front of the Inventor. Make this don't let because if I leave this alive, the Inventor cannot come forward and start building again. They're trapped. I am not killing this Magcog, even if I have the extra attack for it. Um, Tortugatron coming by. Everyone vote, get your vote in for favorite units. Yeah, everyone head over to. It's in like every channel. It's in the general channel. It's in the tournament channel. There's a link. Probably takes like 5 minutes to fill out of just like of March Madness style April Madness. What are your favorite units? Go fill it out. We got to get as many responses to the community as possible. We gotta have objective data here. So I wanted to get a thing in front of my thing. Um, I wanted to get this collar in front of this slinger. That's not going to happen. So instead, we can get like this. That's fine. I mean, that is going to happen. The slingers could still die pretty easily. We don't really need that slinger there. And would it be better to collar to here? Oh yeah, wait, we're not attacking the mag guy. I thought the slinger could just like attack through units, period. Yeah, no, never mind. What am I thinking? Um, NVM, bro. Vote Mine Knight. Everyone, let's defeat Silts. Vote Midi Kairu over Silts. No, don't do that. Midi Kairu sucks. Favorite kitty in the game, but you know, there's only one kitty in the game. Discard Quen. Quen could be good in this matchup, but I'm still gonna discard her. Hold on to the Brute and the Slinger. Seems reasonable. Um, it feels silly not to spend extra movement when we have it. Like, because normally we're so pressed for movement in this faction. I could send that caller over there and send the Brute up. Nah, nah. Fine. I mean, honestly, we don't want to kill this unit. Because then they just put a Blast Forge there. Is there a world where we don't attack it with a freaking Slinger? I wasn't even thinking about that. This is just like I'm taking this this strategy to the farcical extreme of just like not killing any of their units just to clog them. But yeah, I don't want a Blast Forge there. What are the possible champions here? We have Sprocket, Helma, and Titan. Okay, all of those are fine. Fuck it. I'm being very silly right now. See if the strat works. Too many brutes. Brutes are good though. Brutes are how we win or something. Look at look at how clogged they are. Who needs magic anyway, right? When we got so many big beefy boys on the board already. We are chilling. Here, I want to go. I wanna pull up this silly April Madness bracket just to show it off. Do do do. Oh, there's the survey. Here it is. All right. April Madness. A hero is born. So there's four different conferences. Like about Torden versus Black Saber, Vesnabrana versus Malinar, and then they're all gonna culminate with week 7 final. But is this gonna take 7 weeks? I feel like doesn't that defeat the purpose of April Madness? Anyway, we're gonna have one champion to rule them all. Same thing for commons. Very, very fun. This is my type of tournament here. My type of tournament. All right, let's see if this idiot did anything. Just playing conservatively. Really, Vexer. Really. We're just gonna be conservative here. That's the play? I'm not killing this freaking Magcog. Like, it's not happening. Literally. You should discuss April Madness strategy with Vexer after the game. It is tough. And something that I've been thinking about more like with the April Madness is it makes me think about like what this is my cat pick. Oh yeah, I meant to mention that to you Eden. Reflect wait no who um Chewy. Chewy gave me permission to put that on the stream and sent you along and said you did a fantastic job with the editing. So thank you very much for that beautiful picture. Uh, um, what was I saying? We're gonna win. Yeah, with April Madness, it makes me think more and more about like what are like the units that I favor for their design. Like what units are fun to play, like were satisfying to play. Like it's satisfying to play Mickey and Daru, but like design is pretty mid to not there at all. And then like what units like you're like uh what units really blow it out of the park. I'm trying to think of undead archer. They're like that, like just like units that have like really unique abilities. I'll die on this hill. There's no way Forged wins the slow game here. There's no way. I do not stand by Vexer's play. I know he's Vector, so he's probably right. Okay, Chewy asked you. Awesome, awesome. Punish him, Ben. I will. We're getting it. We're gonna lose so badly after this greed. I'm not killing this Magcog Vexer. Like, get the memo. It's not getting killed. It's not. It's not happening. Can you ram your own units? No. I think we keep that collar there so we can keep that spot. Okay, we have to be using our thinking brain here. I'm fine to vibe in the midfield. Yeah, now they can't even build in that spot unless they move the inventor here. That actually probably will be the move. Well, not if we kill that Hold on. Has Vexer fallen for the oldest trick in the book? What if we just don't kill that sentry cog? What if I never kill a single one of his units? He will be so surprised. He will have no idea what hit him. But like, seriously, why are we killing that sentry cog? Like they're gonna kill our gate up here, and that's bad, I guess. I mean, kill the sentry cog while we can, I guess is the idea. But like, really, we don't need to. Okay, let's focus one of our efforts on either claiming this spot or no, that sentry cog gets so in their way if we don't kill it this turn. Like, it might not be good value-wise, but like that's gonna be such a problem for them. Well, not, I mean, they're just gonna kill that caller, but should we advance a brute? No, we can just summon a brute. Well, they might focus the gate, so gate might be down. Okay, I want the brute to advance over here, though. I could do 3 attack on that sentry cog with the slinger. I really don't think I will. I really, really don't think I will. And so here, they can get the inventor in here, but they need to move this over here in order to get the inventor here. I feel like we're chilling. Gotta keep that mag cog alive for 30 plus turns. Hell yeah, we do. Hell yeah. And now this brute is threatening, like, there's no way they can OT kill this brute, so this brute's gonna be able to claim this spot. Do we discard brutes? So someone help me with hand management. Do we discard this brutes? This is the stream versus Vexer, by the way. Like, please give me tips. Brutes are good. Brutes are good. Think I discard the fighter? We ain't killing Jack. Am I gonna play all 3 of these brutes? That feels like a mistake. I feel like in this situation you want to discard a brute. But then again, I really would be happy with just playing all of them. They're gonna break this gate though. This gate's going down. I feel like realistically we gotta discard a brute to draw like draw something else good. Draw martial forces. Like, we just don't want this hand. Saving for Torridon. I'm gonna drop a brute. I can't. I want to play all of them, but I just I want to draw a good card. Okay, well we didn't draw anything good, so screw me. I approve. Thanks, Fuzzy. I approve it in theory, but not with what we actually drew. I mean, Stronghold good, I guess. Oh, they can just summon something to kill this brute. Well, that's fine. It still takes a... I suppose they could build a thing. If Vexer beats... So this is the strategy I have never seen with the Inventor. So either... either Vexer or I is out of our water here, and I don't know who it is. Maybe he's not used to people just trying to punish you for getting clogged up, or maybe I'm not used to ineffective forward strategy staying back. I've literally never seen this done before. So if he beats me with this, I'm just yeah, I'm eating my socks. That does seem pretty effective on the defense for that 10 health gate. I mean, if I'm just is their thought like, well, if you just come to me, let's just get good defense. Defensive forge is a thing. Is it a thing? I've never seen it. I've never seen it. In my whole 20 games as the forged. You'll be eating both socks? I don't know if I promise both socks. No, surely you're going for the gate here, right? Yeah, that modular on that gate is ass, now that you mention it. Not a fan at all of what I'm seeing. I mean, our gate lives another turn. Probably decent. This silly, silly guy doing silly, silly things. Gotta go. Thanks for stopping by, Aiden. Man, wish we had a ramming advance. I know, right? So we could summon a brute here, force this sentry cog here, and just like throw the brute in there for no apparent reason. Or we can keep this brute alive and just try to really pound down on this gate a little bit, maybe. Um, I want to have reinforcements ready because they take down this gate and we don't have any brutes anywhere, and that's not good. Um, I like this being back into a corner and this being here, and then like, what can these units attack? But stronghold play, but on what? On what? Retreat? Yeah, I don't think I want to retreat though. I think I want to keep up the pressure against the forged. Like I'm really losing if they're in my face being aggressive. Like I'm tempted to just throw a brute into here. Just put a brute in there. It's gonna die. I don't care. Just to like maybe take some pressure off my gate. Um keep some other pressure up. We just throw a brute in there. We throw another brute like here. For not really that much of an apparent reason. Because I like this setup. I like these two attacks. We can just throw another brute here to be ready to advance. Because the brute to there is a little bit silly. Um, sure. Yeah, so we're throwing away a ton of value into there. um, I'm just trying to keep them occupied. I'm not worried about it. Never have I ever been less worried about anything in my life. Does this caller move to the side? No way. We're distracting them so they have to do 2 attacks on this, and then the third attack has to be between the gate and the brute. It's going to be a little bit hard to keep this reinforced. You know, I could just put a fighter there. Just so they can't build something in my face. That's reasonable, honestly. Yeah, so see who comes up on top of this silly, silly trading game we're playing. Six dice on 10 health gate this turn. We do have to take it down at this point, if they're gonna go all sand goblins on us. But hey, at least we're in their face, putting on the pressure. They're super clogged. Everything's great. Gotta think about where the inventor can build. Inventor can only build over there. That's fine. We can go 3 for 3. We are winning this game. Damn. L. Well, I think we hold that slinger forever. Yeah, we just spent a lot of... So we have put a lot of magic into keeping them stuck back here. We have committed quite the resources into it. There's the ramming advance. After I've gotten rid of all 3 brutes, maybe we should have held a brute in hand. But I like this brute being ready to go. I mean, it's not like we really needed a ramming advance. That, like, even if we had ramming advance, I'll be honest, I wanted to complain, but like even if we had it, I'm not sure if we would have used it because we're really just throwing units into the fire here. But look at how much the inventor has, like, the inventor has gotten almost no value out of Forged and Flame this game. So that's why I feel like we're chilling. That's normally that's normally how the inventor wins games. I don't think you can win games without getting value with Forge and Flame. So we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, no, this is definitely I'm excited because like I realize how much new factions spark new conversations. Like there's so much more room for Vexer and I to disagree than there usually is. And okay, we really walked into that one. Damn it, Blast. Need to play around Blast Forge Cog next time. Ah well. Well. Should have just held this brute in hand. I mean, now we have Battle Leader. Battle Leader marshal forces to steal this gate spot for no reason? Maybe. I mean, using those events is real helpful. Brute can't ram from over there. That's fine. Man, would have been a great miss. Would have been a miss to tell your grandkids about. Is there a world where we trap the inventor next turn? Alright. Fuck. We need this to miss. Well, actually, no, they have preemptive fire. I don't think there's a world where we trap the inventor next turn. But then again, like, looking very hot. Roots can only move 3 spaces forward. This guy could only go to here. If we could trap the inventor though, we would win. um, like a caller goes there, a slinger goes there. There's just no world where we occupy. If I can occupy this spot, and this spot by the end of the turn. I mean, okay, caller goes here, pushes brute to there. No, but then brute's in the way. Yeah, then that's just in the way. So that doesn't work. Is there any play I'm not seeing? So say we just send a Slinger there, Brute here, Sundervid here. Sundervid kills this, we call the Brute. I mean, we could take out their 10 health gate, but then we're just going to lose. Yeah, there's no way to fully trap. We're so close to being able to do it. We are so close. And boy, if we had to put a ton of value into this gate. Move, summon over, marshal the brute forward. Move, summon over. Not sure what you mean by that. Um, are you talking about marshaling the brute into the blast forge spot or somewhere else? This glory core is gonna die. Like we're getting chipped away at here too. It's not really great. Not really great. But yeah, I do like battle leader. Oh, we have an extra move with battle leader. Does that change anything? But yeah, I was thinking we just martial forces that. I mean, with that we can then like do a full retreat here. It's just such a shame, like that we can't. How can we not get 2 units here? Slinger. Like if we could just, I mean, we still probably wouldn't win. Even if we could, we wouldn't win. Like because they could easily just kill the units. Okay, okay, okay. Um, do we want the caller for anything this turn? I don't think so. I mean, we could do like the summoner just 2 spaces right, and then martial forces the brute and not attack anything with it. Don't feel like we'd be getting a ton of value out of that. We could do one move. So if we collared this, we could do one move. Oh, with ramming advance. What are you talking about? But we're with ramming advance, we're only putting the summoner 2 spaces to the right. So have something else. Have like a caller go forward. Um, I sort of see what you're saying. I'm also a bit in the weeds right now. Send Sundavid here, send Sundavid here, or send the brute there, and then we have 2 more moves. We really want to send this back, but then now we've taken up both our moves, and I also want to send this slinger forward. So I think this is really the only play. Um, if we played a caller, we could send this caller back. It's Blast Forge bait, but yeah, this is big Blast Forge bait. I really don't like this caller sitting here. Yeah, screw it. I mean, this isn't the best use of this, but I mean, so we could also just claim that spot with a blast forge, but I really feel like we're getting more value out of this. Um, but we just don't have enough moves for this. What am I doing? No, the caller would need to be back here. This feels very silly, but maybe it's it. Maybe Patabi. Like, this is still sort of Blast Forge bait with the two callers, but Sundervid gets his ass beat up a little bit. But we might kill the gate this turn. Yeah, I've seen better plays, I've seen worse plays. Sort of how it is right now. Are we losing econ? Yes. But hopefully the inventor has just lost enough value, sort of. Do we hold ramming advance? I feel like we don't. You don't play ramming advance the turn you get it. I feel like you don't hold it. I don't even know if we'd want to kill this. Maybe. I mean, well, the question we should be asking ourselves right the fuck now. Do we want to kill this? It lets the inventor get in our face a lot more. But I really do want to take this down. So fuck it, let's do it. Alright. Wasn't meant to be. Oh, and we have another attack. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Ramming advance, I don't feel like we're gonna have use for it next turn. Sadly. We have more. We have more. There's still potential here. Alright, we are rapidly approaching the end game. Oh, and it's looking a little bit rough without any brutes and whatnot. I feel like we are getting out competed. Maybe Fuzzy was right. Maybe we need to retreat or something. Inventor finally coming up. Finally getting some Forge and Flames value. They've really just been able to sit back there and just chill this whole time. Wow. This is giving me like whole new ideas about how to play the Inventor. Interesting. Yeah, it's a decent spot for that. Again, blocking the Inventor, but whatever. Are we gonna swap with that Embercog? Well, maybe not. I mean, at that point, we do just freaking retreat. At that point, I will just do the thing. Um, do we like pitch all and try to play Torridon? I don't feel like that'll work for us. I think we try to play Varn and every other common in our deck. That's still not really enough value for the end here. We're gonna get out compete at the late game. I don't feel like that's the numbers are high enough on all of those cards to give us a successful late game. I'm not sure. My initial wave of excitement is petering out, as do the goats fall. We just gotta put pressure on them. But is Varn the best way to do that, or Torridon? Torridon's really just a late game play, though. Like, I don't know how we're getting Torridon out. We could just keep him in hand, though, and just keep our options open. It's not like we terribly need to burn right now. Like, there's a world where we play both this game. Ramming advance would have been a little bit good here, but not really. It's a shame we just haven't damaged the inventor at all. And the Magcog. Oh, snap. We're assassinating a slinger. I see it. The inventor is beginning his game. That was all just some fun stuff in the beginning. Now the game actually begins. So those could line up like this. I mean, that's what I would do. I would line up this like this. But I mean, maybe that's really not what you want to do. You're throwing away a lot of value. So maybe he was planning on something more, just like killing this and then lining up over there. I don't know. Don't know what he was thinking. We shall see. And we're playing on hour clocks, by the way. So if either of our timers hits an hour down, then that player loses. The accurate timers here. Nope. Timers were pretty accurate. Wonder if Joe fixed the bug. Oh, okay, loud noise. I wonder if anyone's ever reported that bug to Joe. The bug where the audio doesn't play until you until you interact with the thing after reloading the page. That's just like a thing with web pages. You have to interact with it in order for it to make sound or something. Yeah, I'm really struggling with seeing like what champs to play here. That's the web page thing. That makes sense. But surely there's a way of doing like that's just weird that they then all play at once. You have an answer somewhere about how to get around it. Yeah, well, tell Joe. Tell Joe. But surely, I mean, like, it'd be better at that point for the effects if they've missed their cue, just not to play at all. Not to play like all at once at the end of the turn. All right. He's gonna miss big on this brute. We just don't have commons anymore. What do we have? We have a caller, two slingers, a brute and a fighter. Okay, we have commons. We can make this work. It's just this is looking tight. It's just that this is looking tight. I don't think I'm reasonably getting toward it out if I'm also playing the commons. So let's just hold Varn and not pressure ourselves to play Varn, but just I don't know. We've already burned too hot. Already burned real hot. All right. Just getting some dice on Sundi this turn, and then putting the 1 health gate in front, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, we don't have any blockers this turn. I feel like we are now officially losing. It's because, great, we have slingers, but we don't. I mean, we have that caller back there. We were always planning on bringing that caller up, so maybe now's the time. That's why I didn't love putting it all the way back there, but it's still like reasonably in the field. The problem is there's a 1 health unit behind it that we'd rather. We should have attacked our own caller last turn. Oh, that's where we went wrong. We should have attacked that call. We had an extra attack. We should have attacked the caller. That thing's in our way. Mm, I agree. Not looking too great. I mean, man, so the inventor can really just sit back like that and just wait for you? It's wild. I mean, I'm still tempted to like not attack this sentry cog. Hey, I mean, this is how I've been learning to play against the inventor. So I'm gonna keep sticking my roots here. We could stall the fuck out of the game right now if we just. I mean, we would actually be taking inactivity damage, but we just like go here and place a gate. Like they're not gonna be able to do anything for a long time. Hmm. Could also just put that fighter in front. Then that fighter's toast. Yeah, the problem with the inventor is you do need to kill something eventually, I guess. Probably. We just run back and just hit it with the fighter, and then GTFO. See, we can play a long game. Don't think we can. I mean, oh wait, if we're GTFOing, let's just play Stronghold. Okay, wait. I forget how strong. I literally do not think about Stronghold in the slightest. But I do like the sentry cog just being in their way. I mean, make him waddle around you to the sentry cog. Or make him waddle around the sentry cog. Yeah, no, exactly. If I played a stronghold, I could get the unit that would be in front of the mag cog elsewhere. Just a little bit nice. So they don't have like an easy kill that turn. Like they couldn't really attack. If we strongholded, they wouldn't be able to attack anything. But I don't love Sundavid just sitting in the back for the rest of this, especially since we still have two more like high value events coming out. Fuck it. I mean, if I like my play, let's do my play. Even though not playing Stronghold seems silly, there are worlds where we go up to 5, but then hold Tord instead of Varn. Because right now I'm thinking of discarding all 3 of these cards. And like, man, do we just hold Torden just to like have a chance at the econ game? I mean, I want to draw more cards. I don't want to hold both Torden as Varn. This is where I need help. What do we do for discards this turn? Like, because I kind of want to get rid of the Stronghold, because whatever, we're not playing it this turn, then like let's just ditch it. I mean, Stronghold is very good for the hit and run that we're sort of thinking about doing, but eh, I'm bad at MB. I'd rather just have Magic. Varn is good too, I guess. It'd be pretty good to have Varn be played next turn. All right. Well, someone give me tips about discards this turn. But barring that, let's go for it. Got to kill stuff for Magic. Hell yeah. We have so much Magic this turn. Like, I can go to 6 and play Varn. And hold Torden. It feels wrong. It feels like, but I mean, we have this caller here. We don't really need brute magic immediately. It feels stupid and bad, but like, maybe holding Torden is the path to some sort of something. Go to 8, play Torden. But I don't want to play like Varn and Torden, and maybe they'll give me the magic for it. All right, whatever. We will hold both for a turn, since we don't really need to stress it too much. I normally don't like that. I normally don't I always want to pick a path with my discards. I don't want to just like hold both things to keep my options open, knowing I'm only going to play one, because then we lose efficiency with cycling through the hand. So normally just pick a path, but maybe we do play both. That path is like maybe on the table. Don't you just build that, Vexer? What's going on? I guess you're waddling over this way. How we're gonna do this? Oh, I hate that they've won an econ game just sitting back with the forged. What is this? Maybe we should have been a little bit less, just throw units in their face and just let them die. Like that when we did that like brute play over there, just figuring, let's just keep them stuck back here. No way you go back with the inventor. You monster. F you, Vexer. What the heck? He's just like, yeah, fuck it. I'll just bide my time. I'm out when I need to. Ain't no rush. Need Toro in my life. I feel like we're Varning. Is there a world where Toro is better here than Varn? Do we discard Varn and go for Toro? Someone, Beans, come save me. I need the MV help. What is he doing? How is this a viable playstyle as the inventor? This is ridiculous. This is absurd. You cannot just stay back like that. I mean, I suppose he knew that I was. I suppose the only time the inventor can stay back like that is if the opponent comes to you, and he knows that I have to come with to him because we're so melee. That's why he's done it. He just waits you out. Yeah. It's been what's been happening. I mean, yeah, playing Toro is a little bit attractive. I worry I'll miss my shot and just not have the magic for it. Oh, snap. Coming out. It's getting real. Well, those are units that I can actually kill. Hell yeah. And the inventor back there, you're not getting any Forge and Flames value right now. You ain't getting anything. Do we just get Varn in here and just like kill the Magcog and then form up? Is that what he wants? Does he want us just to commit some value into here? I mean, look, if we retreat right now, yeah, so I'm tempted, especially with that Magcog there, I'm tempted just to drop in and start firing away with Varn. But like, is that a bait? Because like, this position favors him right now. What if we just sit back with slingers for the rest of the game? And force him to come to us in some capacity. I think that is in the cards. That is something we can do. We have another caller in here somewhere. We do. Like, we just do this, this, and this. This slinger might die. This slinger might die, and that would suck. And that would suck. In fact, this slinger probably will die. Well, I mean, it's probably going to get 2 dice rolled on it. And that'll suck a little bit. In fact, this slinger almost certainly will die. There's so many ways in which this slinger dies. Let's think for another second. Because is that really worth it at that point? I mean, otherwise Sundervid just gets hit anyway, so like, eh. Do we Varn on their face? Someone show me a good Varn play, but we want to just sit back though, so nah. I don't really want to do the like crazy Varn play. This is our last slinger. It's not. That is so objectively false. It's insane. Fine. He wants to trade Magcogs for slingers. Let's trade Magcogs for slingers. Sure. We also... Oh my god. No. 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 I mean, at least that other Embercog isn't coming forward. Yes. No, there's no silver lining. This sucks. This big suck. Wow. Okay. Okay. Do we discard anything? I don't think we do. We could still discard Toro. I'm under some like delusion that I will be able to play him. Keep holding. Let's keep holding. Now I could have just discarded 3, played Toro next turn, but no, that's a losing play. Yeah, so we were trying to just play a defensive turn this turn. Somehow it ended up like not feeling defensive at all. I think what we should have done is just move. We shouldn't have committed this slinger. I was like, I want Sundervid to be here to attack this fighter, and if Sundervid's going to be here, well, they can just kill the fighter and then attack Sundervid. So might as well like commit to this board a little bit. But we just ended up, instead of doing the Varn play committing to the board, we just ended up doing like another mid play committing to the board. If both these slingers survive this turn, then we are very happy. Otherwise, we're in doo-doo. Glory Collars are pretty essential to this deck. I don't feel like I've appreciated that. I mean, Brutes are better, but they're slow. So Glory Collars are really essential in that just like having a high health unit at a low cost is very helpful. Glory Collars go unappreciated by many. Glory Collars win games. So true. I feel like we're about to get beat up. Come on, don't 2 for 2. My slingers. Don't 2 for 2. My slingers. Don't do it. Don't 2 for 2. My slingers. Interesting. Getting the sentry cog in there. I respect it. Inch by inch, get that up there. Maybe we just brute the sentry cog next turn. Brute the sentry cog and then kill the magcog with the brute. I mean, this econ game's winnable. It's not unwinnable. Especially since we're holding Toward in on some hope of a hope that suddenly a bunch of magic will fall into our pocket. Shame that that gate survived. I mean, though, if it hadn't survived, they might have come in and just like really messed us up. Yeah, so I have only ever played the Inventor just charging forward like Wayfarers. That's the only way I've played the Inventor. I suppose, but no, it does make sense. The Inventor can play defensive only if the opponent has to come to them. Fuck off. Just screw this. I suppose the Sentry Cog was going to get the other 2 for 2. So we were screwed no matter what. That Slinger was dead freaking meat. Strongholds would be really nice here. We could Brute, assassinate the Magcog, Sundervid up, Stronghold, win. No! Don't do that. Yes, 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 yes. This is a good play. Because that just makes it so much more awkward for me to... Because I really want this Brute to have 3 for 3 on that... No! Vexer, it's bad. Don't do it. Don't do it, Vexer. You don't want to. You don't want to know what's going to happen. If only we had martial forces. I mean, we could just hope for the 2 for 2 on that Magcog, but that is going to be a heck of a 2 for 2. It's going to be a huge swing, one way or the other. Ouch. No! Okay, that makes sense. I see it. I see it. I understand now, and I'm sad. The understanding has come to me, and I am very sad about it. Okay, I mean, at least this is a little bit of a weird position. It's not. This is a great position. Is there any saving grace? That the fact that we're just losing terribly? Anything to shelter me from that fact? Not really. Um, Maybe we just try to damage them a little bit this turn. Um, what if we just like kind of vibe, kill some units? Not getting battle leader value. It's a shame that we got to do that for the 3 for 3. I feel like we do have to. Well, maybe we don't. We just play a brute. Eh. I mean, if this thing survives, then they just get it out of the way forever. I mean, I feel like it is slightly better for me if this thing survives, actually. Is there any other play where we like battle leader in? No, there just isn't any other play because we just can't defend ourselves, that martial forces. And Sundervid has been taking chip this entire game, unlike the inventor. So at that point we could just play a brute. Um Can and maybe should. I mean, that's our last brute. I'm still sort of hoping to get value out of this battle leader. Kind of silly. Um Maybe, I mean, it sucks when they just summon a unit there. That part kind of blows. Um Varn assassinate Varn. It's not a move. Varn goes to assassinate the Magcog. That'd be quite silly. I mean, there is a real world where Varn 4 for 4s this. Calls it. I mean, Varn 4 for fault 4 is that. Then the problem is, what do we call? Almost everything just goes ham on Varn at that point. If we had one more magic, so if we had discarded Thoradin last turn, I think this would be a good play. Varn 4 for 4 is that. I mean, I do kind of like just playing Varn anyway, even though we die. No, I don't. Varn 4 for 4. Yeah, if we just had one more magic. Varn 4 for 4 is this. We call something in its place, and then we still just have this nice little setup here. To kill the rest of the units. To clean up shop. Yeah, that would have been good. I mean, yeah, I don't just like exposing a slinger at the end of that. Like it's just gonna die. And for what? And for what? I do like killing that gate though. Barn killing the sentry cog and then killing the gate is like an actual out this game. Alright, fuck it. Alright, fuck it. We go back here and hope and pray it might come true. I don't know. Yeah, that slinger's dead. That slinger is dead because we didn't have another unit to defend ourselves with. Damn it. But I do really like killing that gate. I don't know why. Maybe I shouldn't really like killing that gate. It'd be so good otherwise. Like we would just occupy the gate. If we just had one more unit, I would just occupy the gate. I mean, we could occupy the gate with a slinger, but that's just like silly, silly, silly stuff. Um, I think we occupy the gate with a slinger. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. Um, Also running out of time. And then we give up on the battle leader dream. I don't really think we win this late game. But whatever. But whatever. And now we have to go 2 for 2. It's not so great. It's not so great. Preemptive fire. Or we gotta go 1 for 1 over there. Well. Ugh, if only we just had one, if only we had discarded Torridon, everything would be great. We would totally be winning right now. 1 for 1. 1 for 1. Thank goodness. And then on the Magcog. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I mean, maybe at that point we... No, that's so bad. Because they can... Do we form up something different? Do we form up the caller instead? No, I don't think so. I mean, the problem is this is dice on Varn with the Magcog. Yeah, that's terrible. I mean, I suppose they could have just built another one. Our plan was bad anyway. It's okay. It's okay. It just sucks that it's so easy for them to get dice on us. Like, Varn just dies and then we just lose. So our plan, you know how we were talking about holding Varn and Torridon? It did backfire. That turn was way better if we could have also played our fighter. Not discarding Torridon is the moral victory. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I mean, and it does give us a chance. Like, discard these other two. I don't know. We trade back and forth for a while. That's what's gonna happen now. Inventor's finally gonna come up at the end, and then we play Torridon, get in his face, and then we win. Torridon tramples the Inventor to the dust. That is our only out. Can't believe my tried and true strategy of just don't kill the units that can't move in front of the Inventor has not worked out for us. This is tragic. This is tragic. Um, I am glad that we saw Vexer play the Forge, though, even though I'm to be stuck with Mountain Vargath again, since I suck at them. Vexer's definitely playing the Forge in a way that I'm not used to seeing. I mean, I guess I keep saying this, but I guess it doesn't blow my mind that much then if it's like, well, because it's like the Fungal Dwarves game with Persword versus Cheras that everyone was talking about, of like, if the opponent has to come to you, then the Forge can't play defensive, and turns out they have pretty good tools for that too. Being aggressive kept him back. Well, that was the point. Like, keep him back, because we've really gotten, like, he has not gotten any Forge the Flames value this turn, and that was my thought. We be aggressive, keep the Inventor stuck, don't get any Forged in Flames value. But yeah, no, that strategy doesn't seem to carry you the whole way there. Alright, I'm hoping Varn has at least 4 health by the end of this turn. I'll be happy if Varn has 4 health. The world where Varn has no health. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Oh my goodness, you greedy person. Greedy, greedy, greedy. Greedy. This thing that we keep saying we're gonna do of just like slingers for the rest of the game keeps not happening. What's up with that? We still have more slingers. That's good. Maybe we should have put another gate over on this side. I mean, we couldn't have predicted this. And also, I suppose Vexer now can capitalize on this side since we don't have gates there, but you know. Let's do the chart. All right, 22-16. Let's see if that's accurate. In 2 hours when this loads again. Yep, timer's accurate. All right. Looks and smells like 6 dice on Varn. I don't know how it happens exactly, but I sure believe that it does. Loads back into forged windscreen. Ah, that's the spirit, Hagrada. That's the spirit. How is this a viable strategy? We need to punish them by playing at a ranged. We need to do it. We have slingers. We can throw 3 dice every turn. Like we can throw like 6 ranged dice every turn. We gotta come on. We gotta do the range thing that we keep saying we're gonna do, but then Vexer keeps not letting us. We gotta leave all of these. Like we should have just. I don't know. Like there's just some turn where we should have just backed off and just not done anything and just forced them to start readjusting and being awkward while we shoot them down with slingers the whole time. Like, what is this? What is this? How did this happen? How did I convince myself this was good? Like when Fuzzy suggested you back off. Yes, like when Fuzzy suggested I back off. For instance. Well, I see. And then this one retreats and this Magcog comes in. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, I want no more than 2 damage. Oh my god, he's gonna die. Game is over. Oh, really? That's only 2 dice. I see. You could have done more. But then you'd be in less worse position, I guess. That's the thinking. Alright, this is fine. This is the part where we start winning. Yeah. Winning. It's gonna happen. Alright, this is pretty bad. No one will dispute this. This sucks. This blows. Um, what if we just like retreat with Varn and hide? We just shove a fighter over here. Varn's the lover, not a fighter, honestly. Shove a fighter over there. Fighter kills the Magcog. Glory Caller kills the Embercog with a one-on-one, and then we call it back to Varn. How do we get punished? A bajillion ways. How can I punish thee? Let me count the ways. Okay, we could. This is the part where we like throw the game, but hear me out. We could just kill this with Varn. I don't actually know like how we achieve this, but kill this with Varn. Slinger is here. Glory Caller is here. We kill this and we kill this. Like we could take out both of these things this turn somehow. It might involve going for a well, yeah, we could just do it like this. It would involve going for a 1-for-1, but I mean I'm willing to take that risk when the game's going so shit. The only problem is I think even if we kill both of these, then the inventor just like comes up and starts placing shit and like even if we kill both of those, I think we still lose. That's how bad this is looking for us. Is there any way I get more use out of iron than just that? Not really. We could just have a slinger attack that unit and then run away. All right. All right. Good old 1-for-1s. My trusty old 1-for-1s. Gotta love them. What a shit position we're in. Are you kidding me? I think we leave it there. All right. Well, this one we can't be mad when it misses, but still will be. All right. All right. Full hold. We're chilling. Big chilling over here. Torden's totally coming down at some point. Just you wait. Just you wait. This is the part where you throw the game. Man, this part, like an hour and 40 minutes in, and you think this is the part? Really, an hour and 40? This game's been going for an hour and a half. Doesn't seem right. How have I been streaming for an hour and 40 minutes? We're each only like 30 minutes deep into the clock. No, we're each 45 minutes deep. We're playing on hour clocks. That makes sense. It's a 2-hour max, not not an hour 30-minute max. So once we're 2 hours into the stream, that's when it should really be done. Yeah, yeah, do your nonsense. We all know you're gonna lose. We all know you're screwed here, Vexer. Do what you can to try to get out of this position. We know it will be little enough. Aha, another Ember Cog. This could not have been predicted. It'd be really great if Varn survived again. Just personally, I'm on team Varn stays alive another turn. I mean, look at all this thinking Vexer has to do with like double modular. Like, I don't want to have to do that thinking. That's a lot of thinking. That's rough. Yeah, we threw 9 dice into a 10 health gate this game. That's a little bit rough. You begin to see how we might possibly lose this. But we're taking it to the bitter end here. To the last few units, maybe we can. I'm pretty bad about like assessing at the end whether we will or will not be able to get a champ out. I think if we this but like if I play commons and I go to nomad, if we keep getting magic from killing enemy units,
This is not real at this point.
literally. If we keep that up, then maybe like if we're just gaining a little bit more magic than we're spending, yeah, no, I if you get more magic than you spend, you're gonna eventually get more magic and then be able to play Torridon. I don't know, Torridon smells like winning. That's all we can do. God, that Varn play was so bad. It was so bad. No, it was terrible. Almost all these units are super weak. Yeah, just get some more 2-for-2s. It's fine. Wow, you just like getting out of there, not giving me any targets. I see how it is. I think that's rather mean, Vexer. Ow. Would have been nice if that had lived, you know? Screw you, Vexer. I want you to know that I hate your guts. Yeah, I really want to take out that gate. I really want to do anything at all, ever. Okay, what if we boom, 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 and then call this back? Then they just attack our gate next turn. Do we have a response for that? Nope. We don't. Um I mean they just attack our gate next turn, and I guess we just play another slinger. Dang, Vexer could just about summon Tord if he wanted to. Shut up. Shut up. Um I mean we also have martial forces to get units back. I think we hold martial forces. I don't know. I don't. We're running out of time, so I do need to start going just with the the instinctual plays here. Um, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. This seems good. Can't possibly bite us. This powerful play. I hate myself. Oh my goodness. All right, all right. This is fine. This is winning. This is what winning smells like. Do we need a discard for Torrid? Not yet. Not yet. I mean, awkward for them to advance. They gotta start exposing magcogs, and then we just kill the magcogs. Yeah, yeah, whatever. That was all part of my plan, Vexer. Like the idea of instinctual play means close your eyes and clicking. Instinctual play works when you know a faction. When you don't know a faction, instinctual play means you fall for easy, fall for the rookie mistakes. Yeah, I'll just close my eyes and click for a few turns, see what happens. Think you can outrange the range master, Vexer? Think again. All right, we got to be thinking about martial forces and Varn next turn as ways of getting our ping on inactivity. We're just hoping we can chip away at them before they can chip away at us. Once we take out these gates, well, then they're just going to start exposing workshops. It's not great. Now you miss. Now you miss. Mm-hmm. I feel like we don't win doing this. Whatever. We chip away at what we can. I think I want to take out that gate for once in my stupid life. Do we need to just go forward? I could run up so then Varn can call Slinger back. Feels like maybe I should be holding on to the martial forces is the freebie attack. Maybe I should hold on to that one. I could just send a caller up here for no real good reason. Just so we can hold the slinger. Yeah, we probably don't win this range game. Am I committed to trying to win the range game? Because we really don't win this range game. How many magcogs have they? I mean, that's all of them. Can we take out those? If we take out all those magcogs, then they have to come to us. There just isn't an engine strong enough to get through all of this nonsense. Hmm. I could put a 4 health glory caller in the front, and Varn just calls the slinger back. I mean, that's gonna cause them to try to actually kill me and stuff. Try to kill the glory caller. I mean, it's better than killing Varn. I'm trying to avoid using the martial forces for some reason. We're using a lot of our units here. I don't know about this. I don't know. But we're just trying to keep Varn safe, I guess. Is the idea currently. While we get our shot in. I think we are not getting toward in. I think we are losing that battle. Now you 2 for 2. All right, we're in there. We're in there. I don't know. We're playing the range game with Varn and 2 slingers. See how long it lasts. For science. Opens your eyes to an MV windscreen. Yep, sentry cogs are probably pretty good at that. Well, then again, maybe they're not. And my misery vexer. Goodness. Goodness. They just have all the cards. They can do the range game so much better than me with all those mag cogs. I've got nothing on them. They've got no forge for flame value. This is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah, so I'm hoping the idea here was that we are eventually going to force them to come to us by getting enough, by being able to outrange them with Varn and Slingers. I think that was a fool's gambit, and we probably should have just thrown ourselves at them in one final attempt. Think we have done a stupid? We shall see. Man, we had their back up against the wall. What happened? What happened? Oh shit. Getting in here. Let's see it. We're at 1 magic. I just need to like kill all of these mag cogs and then get some magic and then we win. That's great. What's the score so far this season? I won the first 2, Vexer won the last one, so Vexer wins this one, it's 2-2. Come down to the last game, Polar Dwarves versus Wayfarers. You try to occupy my gates with mag cogs or something? What's the plan? What's the plan? Just like call my bluff, you can't do anything about this and I know it. Fair enough. Yeah, playing a last Glory Caller just to get defense. Maybe a bit dumb. Maybe a bit on the dumb side. And yeah, they got me. There's really nothing I can do to touch them. Put me out of my misery, Vexer. Interesting. Thought we had another slinger. We do not. Unfortunate. Okie dokie. How do we throw this game? I don't really. I mean, yeah, no, the inventor is way too threatening over there. It needs a response. We don't have a response other than to forfeit. Um, Zundervid goes here. Barn goes here. Hauler goes here. Um, Inventor can get some easy value. No, Inventor can't back up. Hmm. I mean, sure. What else are we gonna do? No form up or anything? Man, I was hoping we would be able to form up. Really hoping for it. Because we don't want this to die then. It's pretty pitiful. Uh, okay, maybe we just leave the caller here. No, the caller needs to move for Varn to move. Um, Maybe Varn just goes here and Sundavid doesn't and forms up a slinger for some reason. And then we just lose the game. Uh, I don't love the part where we lose the game. No, there's just there's no outs. There's no outs right now. Nothing. Um, Whatever. I mean, let's like bait the inventor to go forward, I guess, or something. Oh my goodness, I would need to in order to get this slinger there, I need to put it in range of this sentry cog. Oh, that sucks. Um, Seriously. There's no other unit I can possibly get within range of this sentry cog. Because it's got to be more than a one health unit. All right, well, at that point, screw it. Oh wait, no, this actually works, kind of, not really. Um, if only Varn could form up. Oh, we could form up. No. We form up Varn to there, and then Varn forms up in front of the inventor. Oh wow, this just like took me forever to see. Okay. Um, Preemptive. Yes, I'm sure. Was there any other way to? No, we need this unit. We need Varn to get smashed. This is essential. You know, at least we found a play. Well, that sucks. I mean, means we're not getting dice in the inventor this time. Okie dokie. Get the 1 for 1. Easy. Now we just need a little bit more value and we can Toro. Do this. Do this. Now the inventor's like, at least that's a little bit awkward for you, right? Right. We have 2.5 minutes. Let's hit that reload button. I mean, we did find a play that wasn't. I mean, this game's over, but we did find a play, to our credit. That wasn't just literally 100% throwing. If I could just kill all of my own units for magic right now and then summon Corden. Our Hail Mary is like somehow that kills Varn too. That's bad. There's no Hail Mary. Our Hail Mary is somehow we get free magic. Real big of you to give them a fighting chance. Yeah, you know. Those are the words that came out of my mouth because maybe those words shouldn't have come out of my mouth. We're not really sure if we're given a fighting chance. Fighting chance may not be being given right now. Ugh. Look at how quick they found that play. Is there anything here with a brute and a slinger and try not to lose? There's nothing. We just need to like have them whiff super hard for a while. Yeah, they whiff super hard for a long time. That's the plan. That's the plan. It's flawless. It has no flaws. Alright, we found a flaw in the plan. Hell. Found another flaw with the plan. With the plan that has no flaws. Yeah, and then you just swap with this, and now that's 6 dice on the inventor. Or no, actually you can only get 5. Only 5 dice on the inventor. Is he even trying? Or wait, on Sundervid. I get them so they're both brown, and both of their cards are brown. Oh, well, it's been a while since we had a good old-fashioned Vexer ass kicking where I'm just like, oh no, it's so bad for 2 hours straight. And so there it is. Congrats. Thank you. All right, let me see. How loud is my voice? This loud. Blah 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 blah. That's pretty loud. Vexer and I, we're usually the same volume, right? Man, I miss the Forged. Get back on there. Cue some games. Get in there. All right. Let us hear about our mistakes. Hello.
Hey, hello, Ben. Good game.
Good game. It's been a while since I've felt so crushingly defeated. Good playing. I have not seen the Forged played so successfully defensively before. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, it's very unusual. I was going to tell you, like this, like from all the Forged games I've played, like really only around 10% you end up playing defensively.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it's a very unusual match for sure. Like the Forge is usually just like charging forward and crushing anything in front of it. But yeah, like this time my inventor was just behind the gate. Like he was appalled at your level of violence. Like he was. Yeah, he was
Just
just
trying to
saying like,
build some
what's wrong with
machines.
this guy? I mean, he's just charging at me. So yeah,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
yeah, let's take a look at your screen. We can go through
Oh,
some of
yes,
the
of course.
highlights of like the flow of that game.
Yeah, sounds good. Do you think is this sort of dynamic what you expected from this game, or was it something about my?
No.
Yeah.
No, so in this one, the Vargath, you want to take it more cautiously because the reality is that no one can really like charge forward and just to be the aggro against the Forge, like meaning aggro in which you're just crushing them and pushing them back. Because once you get to the third row, like everything just starts popping next to you, right? Like the summoner cannot get into that range, otherwise you surround him and kill him easily. Even the units, like it's very easy to just kill them quickly, as you saw, like the point that you broke through the third row with your gate and then units. It was very easy for me to deal with them, and you could feel probably like, hey, I'm getting the worst out of this exchanges. Like it's not really being beneficial, and then you
Yeah.
shifted out of that spot, and that's why, like, I don't see how you can really defeat the Forged by being the aggro, like beating them, being aggressive. At most, what you can do when you're an aggressive deck is try to claim the midfield and try to slow them down so that they cannot really get into your side of the field, because the main threat of the Forge is that when they're coming at you, it's hard to stop them, and then when they take the midfield and the front of your summoning gates, you're always in a disadvantageous position, because now uh, they have those front gates. They have the Ember mages that they can still keep attacking you diagonally, and another one from the side of it. Like it's really hard to fight them that way. So it's something you can do is try to stop them before they get into your side of the field, like on your fourth row, you could say.
Uh-huh.
But pushing them back, it's yeah, it's not going to work out. Like it's something like what you saw right now. It's what usually happens in those situations. In there, what you usually want to do is then start playing to their main weakness, which is the mobility of their units. As they have very, like, they do have good reach because the inventor can just put them in different angles and attack. But if the inventor is kind of like stuck in his back three rows, or because you were able to hit him soon, he doesn't want to take many risks and is not coming like rushing forward that much, then you can start playing that midfielding, which, like, once they planted a base of units on one side, you just get the hell out of there and say like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go to the other side, and then all of that half of the field becomes kind of useless. As you saw, like in the end of our game, when you then started going forward, like I was at risk of all those units on that side, on the well, for me it was the
Yeah.
right side that we were using at first. Like they didn't really add much to do. They became useless. And then luckily I was able to use a little bit my reconfigure to move a little bit forward, so that not all of my units were irrelevant at the point in which you were trying to just do that, right? Like play to the weakness and just say, okay, so I'm just gonna go back. Good luck hitting me. So that's when really just reconfigure and one of the champs can allow you to do that, or just start activating the inventor. I had enough of an advantage on the economic field that I could just build like a whole new set of units on the other side.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at first, I wasn't even risking it because I was so far ahead on the economic game. Like at one point, I was counting, I was like around 9 magic total or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was like considering what things could like turn things around, and I was concerned like, hey, he has a lot of magic, maybe a ram turn this the
Uh-huh.
event or something like that. So I was just taking it easy as long as I could be playing an effective game. And it was until you started retreating that I started having to shift it. And as long as I could be trading efficiently, I was okay, until it seemed like it was about time for me to. I could risk it a little bit more because you had very few cards, you had less magic. So that's why I started just moving forward on the complete side of the board. And I mean, the time was also a factor at that point. I thought like, well, I think the main way I could lose right now is probably the time. So I'm also going to keep an eye on that, not
Yeah.
overthink things, and be ready to just suddenly rush forward with the inventor, because I knew that unless you had like, well, an unplayed Varn and many events and many cards, things like that, if I move forward, like you maybe were gonna hit me one unit, at most 2 units, something like that. So at the end, I wasn't concerned of like a surprise of that type.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as we go through the game, we'll have to call out like where you think the Mountain Vargath is now like too far forward. Because for the most part, I didn't push past like your fourth row. There was that one brute that I like sent in just to try to distract you. But for the most part, we stayed past into your fourth row. But I still felt like very like I had the I had the same idea like coming into like I want to stop the inventor from being able to advance. I want to take the midfield. I want to leave these mag cogs in front of the inventor. Let me take the midfield. But then yeah, it ended up with me just in your face losing value trades. And then by the time I tried to back off to force you to just have this have this big fungal dwarves pile of units and nothing to do with it, it was too late. So yeah, maybe you can help call out like moment by moment where you think I've overextended.
Yeah. Well, we can start from the first. The first play was a little bit unusual to me. The fact that you sent the color there, like clearly your plan was to use those guys as the mid shield, like the front unit, which
Yeah,
is well how you want to use them. But the thing here is that the brutes are also that function. Like the brutes and the colors are the ones that you want to be using that way. So there was really no need to have the brute behind him because at that point instead of going for the kill on the cog, uh, like he was going to survive and your brute, then it's not that relevant having those brutes on the back as you saw. Like they're so slow that it's not ideal. So I would have used like the traditional play you would see in this matchup would probably be if you have a caller to try to kill the cog by sending the brutes all the way forward and then this linger protected a little bit on the back and do that attack.
I see.
Then after, yeah, after the first
Or,
turn,
or, or really quick, the thing I was struggling here. So where does Sundervid go? And I have a gate in hand. Where does Sundervid go, and where does the gate go? On this first turn.
so Sundervid, you want to get him like also move forward to have the bonus. The caller, in this case, as you're starting, it's not such a concern that they're going to be taking your front gate spot because when the forge starts, if the inventor moves to that side, I would even summon the caller on my front gate spot just to protect it because you want to slow down at least or prevent them from taking all of your front gate spots. So if they start the collar, I would summon it on the front side so that they cannot just plant like an ember cog there that you can at least try to push back with that guy. Otherwise, in this case, for example, you could have just put it on the back probably as you didn't need to move him and then just move everything else forward trying to go for that kill and uh, and gain like a midfield presence around there because the slinger you're not that concerned of like for them killing him at that point in that spot on the like two space forward because you're going first like they don't really have a good angle to kill him so yeah, that's probably how I like the move that I would do there to try to just
Gotcha,
kill the cog
gotcha.
and then take the midfield. Like take that presence to then just start having the exchanges around that point so that they don't take it too fast because that's one of the like when they just take the midfield pretty fast without any struggle, it's hard to get back. Like you're always backpedaling during the games, you're always struggling. So that's probably what I would do there if I have the collar to bring the brute all the way forward to start hitting them. Also, while already having the brute, like then they're gonna try to kill that brute, but if they fail, you get to use like one ram and just keep
Yeah,
like pushing forward because it's not super easy for them to get like the 5 out of 5 necessary there.
yeah.
Um, yes, so that's for the opening. The gate. So the gates against the forge, I've tried like putting them on the third row and I regret it most of the times because it's hard to stop them. Like those guys, it's like a train coming at you. Like you won't really be able to just completely stop him. Maybe you can slow him down, but he's gonna keep coming and keep coming. So I've been trying doing the second row against the forge, and I like it a lot more. So it would be just on the yeah, like right there, yeah, like the one on the edge. That's the one that I would go for on this one. Not the second, not on B, because you want the space to be moving and you want it to be as hard as possible for the inventor to block your front gate spot, because that's what they tend to do. Like they're going to be rushing at you, and then one big move with the diagonal build, they're going to block that front gate spot. That way, he's protected because he's not at risk of getting surrounded. So they'll use one of their gates, a barricade, an ember cog, to block that front gate spot, and then you're in trouble. But if it's on the second row, it's much harder for him to get there. It gives you time to fight them, and you have like the units around your fourth row, third row from the initial gate. So that's what I would do. For the second gate, I would probably do the same thing on the other side, going for the second row, just so that it's not so easy for the inventor to just take over that side. If it's on the third row, it's easy for him to just like suddenly shift around like the even his fourth row and plant 2 units on your 2 front gate spots. Right? So if they're on CDE E5, from E5, he can already like block your 2 front gates, right? Like it's not hard for him to get there. And then you're in trouble because he's also going to put a unit on E4, and he's going to be completely protected. And that's where you don't want to be, in that situation in which he has like those diagonals with the ember. You cannot really hit him successfully. So that's what I would do for the gate placement. And for the game, like the strategy, like, yeah, you had the right idea from the slingers. Like the slingers, you want to make sure that they are protected. Like you don't want to just attack and then have them be open just for a counterattack and a kill because they don't have any cover, just because of how important they are in this matchup. Okay, so we'll cover those details when we go for like the analysis of each of them. Let's see now, just on this game. Check this out. So usually I like with the inventor starting on the left side of what we're looking at, right? In this matchup, because in this matchup, this is specific to this one, not in general. Because on the other side, because they have their front summoning spot there are too many plays in which they suddenly get a brute, and then the brute moves whatever you thought was protecting you, and they already start hitting you, or the fighter, and they move what you have, and then the slinger hits you. It's easier to find yourself in those situations in the center against the Vargas. But on the other side, first, they even need to have the gate pretty soon for that to be even a possibility. So I would start going through the other side. In this case, your turn 1 was not only the gate on that side and not only on the third row, but you moved Sundervid in that spot, which made me think like, wait, he probably has a ramming advance or something, right? Like,
I wanted you to be afraid of it. Yes.
Yeah. So just because of that, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna even go there because I thought I had an ember cog. So I thought, okay, I can move to that side, plant the ember cog, and do 2 attacks on that color. But that's kind of a waste because I need the 4/4 first to even kill it. And then if you do have the ramming advance, I'm giving you a great target for you to use your 5 melee on with Sundervid. So I didn't want to give you like that target. So that's why I moved to the other side. And I moved there. I said like, well, okay, I can still try to take the center. It's not like it's impossible. If I manage to go all the way there and plant a unit on your front gate spot, because right now it wasn't covered, right? So I was going for that. Like maybe I can just go and fight that battle on that side. The mag cog really was there just so that you couldn't just hit me directly, and I didn't really care if you killed it. Like the idea there really is for them to kill the mag cog, and then you can move forward with the inventor and just plant like those diagonal units and
and so I thought I'm being very clever by not killing this mag cog, trying to stunt your momentum.
And it is actually a good strategy. Like many times, the main thing you want to do against the inventor is slow him down, and that's what you want to do. Like many times when you didn't attack him, or when you attacked one of the cogs and like whiffed and didn't kill it, I was like, oh man, I was already making my plan, expecting you to kill it to be able to do something else. And the moment you didn't kill it, like my plan was, I had to create another plan because now I couldn't move through there. So what you want to do is indeed like use their own cogs, use their own turrets to slow him down, and that's going to buy you time to start developing that game. Like when Otherwise, like in there, for example, like if they could just rush through, and if you attack with a range unit, for example, you wouldn't want that, right? Like the inventor would be able to just go all the way forward, kill the unit, the range unit that attack, and then put a barricade in front of you or something like that. But a melee unit wouldn't be that bad because at least you would be fighting the midfield. I mean, the inventor usually has the advantage when he's able to use the Forge in Flames ability. So it's even hard to win that battle. Like
Yeah.
it's that's why I always see it as trying to. It's a losing battle. You just facing them head on. So, but you want to try to slow them down, right? You don't want to. Usually, you send like cheap like units that only have like 2 health, so that they can just not simply be killed with a single build, just to slow him down. Like that's usually a good approach. So yeah, so you had this units, and this one I had two of my champs on my opening hand. I just had to get rid of them because it wasn't against the Vargath. They just have too much like power. They can hit too hard across the same flank.
Yeah.
So by the end of the game, I had so much magic that I would have played like one of them to the one that recurs even more cards. But at first, I just discarded them. So let's see. Let's keep moving here. Then okay. This is the interesting point. So you actually took an aggressive approach. Like you said, like, hey, I'm just gonna do what the Vargat would usually do, which is this, right? Like you rush forward, have Sunderbed in the center. He's still protected. There's a gate there they have to deal with. But in this case, dealing with a gate is not a big deal because I can just build like with that gate position. You can just build whatever I want. And this play was a little bit confusing. Why didn't you attack with a slinger in this turn? You only attacked with a collar.
I was thinking, I was like planning on it, and then I was like, wait, if I just kill this, you're just gonna like pop a blast forge cog and then like get some easy damage with that. So I was like, well, maybe I'll just leave this alive, and because if you forge in flames,
Yeah.
that'll be worse. But
Got it. Yeah, that's what I imagine. Like you were even more concerned about that, and I did have like a blast for like cog that I would have done, and then used that upgrade, the modular. But as you can see here, like once you're in front of me, even though this was interesting because the inventor needs to be getting like the Forge in Flames ability to really be maximizing its value, and in this game, I was not able to almost get any of
yeah,
those. So that was a good approach, but the issue was that for that you were just like trying to have the battle in my face. I know it's really hard to sustain that, especially when they have the modular event, right? Like I play that thing and then I have my 10 health shield, which it's hard to deal with just straight out. Like I got the blast forge hitting, then hiding, so and then hitting again. Like it's getting at least 2 hits for just the two magic. So pretty valuable there. The brutes, I think the brutes you used at first like a few brutes, but didn't really get almost any value out of them. Like you weren't getting any
yeah,
ram like damage or things like that. As you saw, like they're pretty expensive. Like just getting them out. Suddenly, I was at least like, oh well, he's out of the range of Barn, which is always a threat. Like when you see them having 5, 6 magic, it's always what's in your head. So seeing those brutes come out and then not do anything immediately, like it was at least. Uh, like I was happy about that, right?
yeah,
Because so then let's keep going. So well, the issue of not killing the cog was that well, the cog could then hit you, right? Like
yes,
he not like Varn was really in a protected spot, and that's a tricky thing with these guys. Like those Ember cogs has just have such an amazing reach that I could do that stuff. Like I put one behind your gate, so he was protected. He could just be hitting anything you put on the other side. He could be chipping at your gate. So it's hard to even try to fight against them if they get to do that type of positioning.
yeah. Maybe I should have like just done this initial push and then backed off. Like, 'cause I kept having in my head there was like, I'm just gonna go forward, force you to like put some like I put this gate down. You have to put some resources to like attack this gate or whatever. And then now you've like committed on your side of the board, and then I can just like back off, and it's all the better for me. But somehow somehow it never worked out like that. But yeah.
Yeah, the thing there is that see how easy it is for me to just block that side. Like it was really just 2 units, 3 magic, and that side was just completely blocked. Like for you to start getting taking care of those units, you were going to be having to commit even more resources that I was committing, which really was just like a single 1 magic unit when you kill the sentry cog, and the sentry cog was just going to keep doing damage and damage and damage.
Yeah.
And well, a couple times, but the thing that the fact that the Ember cog is also hitting from safety makes it an unsustainable position for you there. Like it's hard to be able to breach that, and even if you breach it, like you're gonna really keep moving forward because then you just get surrounded from everywhere. So I wouldn't even have charged forward. There's no benefit here, as you saw. Like you didn't really get anything out of this offensive, just losing a
Mm-hmm.
lot of economic advantage and a lot of units. And yeah, so I would have really just used my other gate on the second row to be ready to cover either side, because sometimes, like, even though you try to stop them coming into you, like, you won't be able to. And it's okay to just give up one side and try to go to the other, because remember, the key is that their main weakness is once they have planted turrets, once they have planted the cogs, Ember, Blast Forge on one side, if you suddenly move, every time they move, they're gonna have like 1 damage dealt to them. So if you're outside of the range of the Ember, well, it's hard to be outside of the range of the Ember, but at least of the Blast Forge, then that's when like those units, if they move at you, then it's easy to just kill them on your next turn. Or maybe the Ember, like they get one attack, but then you're able to kill him because now he's closer to the side, the new side of the field that the inventor hasn't really set up the whole structure on the other side. So that's the safer bet in this one, because uh, there's basically like very few scenarios in which you'll be able to breach their side of the field and keep putting pressure in a better way than what they can do to defend.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah. So let's see,
Keep
let's
going
keep
through
going. So then we had
here.
a few exchanges there. You realize, like, yeah, well, the son of it, it's hard to be protected with those guys.
Yeah.
You got the brute there, and that's when the modular upgrade came up, which pretty much, well, it kind of like ruined the plan of the brute, because the point of the brute was that he
Yeah.
was going to be able to survive and then ram anything and just take the front gate or something like that, right? Which,
Yeah.
even if you managed to do that, like the Ember cog back there was still going to be able to hit the brute without the brute being able to even do something about it. So that's why it's not a sustainable position for a long period of time. Like sometimes when you do that, really is just to slow them down while you keep trying to get some good positioning on the back with protected slingers and things like
Yeah.
that. And so yeah, so in here, like this was a tough position, like how to get,
Yes.
like what to even do, right? Like it's a tough spot.
Yes. Once the
There's not a
modular came down is when I was like, oh crap, this is I'm losing this battle. I need to change plans.
Yes, and that's in this matchup, like you don't really have great answers against the mega, like mini mega gate. Let's not confuse it to the goblins one
Yes.
or the creeping gate, because this one is pretty slow. So, but sometimes you just have to like just keep hitting it and try to take it down. Like this guy's, at least it's not hard to be in that situation in which you're hitting 3 melee and then the 3 ranged, and that way sometimes it can go down relatively quick. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Because they can hit hard is not like extremely tough to bring it down. So yeah, so then we kept exchanging here for a few turns. Then you eventually realize, like, yeah, this is a losing proposition. You still tried it a little bit with a brute there, but the thing was, like, it didn't matter which units you brought there. Like even if you managed to eventually kill the cog, there was going to be another cog replacing him. I was not going to destroy your gate really until you stop trying to bring units. So my plan was like, hey, if he wants to keep bringing units, I'm just going to leave him keep bringing units. And then when you stopped, I was okay. Now I can get rid of that gate so that he can just not keep bringing stuff through here suddenly and hit like one of my modular cogs on the side or something like that, or and just to get the magic too. So and then yeah, so that happened. We kept doing that. Then you were finally able to get rid of that blast forge.
Huh. Yes, I finally had a play.
So you had Thoradin to, well, at some point where before you played like the two brutes and the other guy, you were getting close to the magic for Thoradin. So I thought you might like be thinking about playing that guy.
Yeah,
And he's actually pretty good in this matchup. I would say like it's one of those matchups that you might want to try to bring him out if possible, because you're going to be discarding more events than usual. Like ramming advance, it's hard to like. That's the one that is super situational.
yeah,
Then battle leader. Although I always try to use both in this matchup, it's hard to do that because you cannot leave Sundervet exposed. Like even once, it's enough for the inventor to suddenly be dealing like 7-6 damage to him,
yeah,
like building stuff next to it around. Like it's really hard to be able to use him unless you have on the same hand martial forces to then cover that position that you just killed something on, or the stronghold event, so that you just go like crazy, just hit hard and then just back everything out. So I wouldn't be like, I would discard it if unless I have that situation in which I'm going to be able to kill one of the big cogs. That's where you want to use him. And so that's why maybe you're able to play Torlin in this matchup, and he's going to be good value. Like the fact that he's able to just trample any of the other units and move the extra one, and he just has a lot of health, so they cannot simply like just kill him fast.
yeah.
Makes it good for consideration, but not above Barn. Like you still need to play Barn first. Make sure you're going to play him, and then yeah, Torlin, if still possible, I would play.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, so then let's see. You eventually said, like, okay, I think I cannot sustain that side. You were still committed to the center, like you hadn't thought about retreating. And this is where when you had Sunderbed on the front of the combat.
Yeah,
And in most matchups, that's not sustainable. Like he hits hard, but I mean, it's not like he's has low life, but he cannot really take that many hits.
yeah,
And because you want him to be close to the battle, you want to be at a healthy amount of health so that whenever they manage to kill a unit and sneak like an attack through, you're not already like close to dying. So this was a tough position to sustain. What I did here is just throw you like smaller units in front so that even if you wanted to attack with it, you were not killing some of my big cogs. And I knew like you would either just lose the game there if you kept going in with Sundervet or had to retreat. So
yeah.
that's what you ended up doing, going back.
Uh-huh.
And at that point, let's just keep going. So just because of that retreat, like you ended up just having a turn in which you only had one attack. So it was really just a matter of trading. At that point, I finally like I got my workshop, so I wanted to have it put in a position in which I was going to be able to at least use it during those turns. Even though there's always a risk when you put it so back on the second row that it's going to become irrelevant fast. So I
Yeah,
was aware of that, but I had both workshops on the time when I drew them. Both of them came together, so I was fine just getting one out of my hand. And then I thought, like the second one, I'm gonna try to put it in a more relevant position when I start moving forward. So yeah, we traded a little bit here. You started doing some good plays there with like the slingers and trying to get them out of range. But really, only Barn was gonna allow you to be able to completely get them out of my range. Otherwise, I was gonna be able to keep hitting stuff.
yep, which is what you do. Keep
Mhm.
killing my slingers.
Yeah, then the second modular. So I've been trying it now on the cogs, on the Mac cogs. I used to also try them like when I was already pretty advanced. I had advanced a lot. I was on the other side of the field. I tend to put it on something like one of the smaller gates or the barricade and still use them in that way, in which I would be hitting with a unit and then protecting it. Or when you're just going for
Yeah,
the kill shot, you're putting on one of your units and like flip it for another unit to attack twice. Many times you can do the same thing actually with Barricade. Like you attack with a unit, put the modular on the unit, and then shift with a Barricade. That might actually be a little bit better. The Mac Cog play, like that's one of those in which you have to be very careful because you don't want to lose that. Like if you lose that guy, it's it's a bigger thing, I would say. So you have to be careful with what type of things you do. You're always able to leave them protected when they have that between attract and modular. But because the Vargoth are able to attack through the same flank twice easily with the Slinger plus the melee unit, I was a little bit concerned about that. So I was trying to be careful there. But that guy allows you, it's pretty cool because it allows you to reposition your turrets and things like that. That's why it's so important, because it allows you to do those type of plays.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and at the end, I mean, one of the reasons, like I got pretty good rolls on Sundervet. I think the first six, I think I got a 6 out of 6 or something like that. So that was lucky at that point, and that forced you to have to just retreat even more. But yeah, barning here would allow you to start just using like the mid shields optimally and just be killing my bigger units. So that's when I knew I had to move forward a little bit to put pressure on Varn, try to do plays, risk my cogs because my blast forge were on the bottom. So I wanted to just get all my mag cogs out of my hand to be able to reach him. And that was it really. Like at that point, I just had to get rid of Barn or be in a situation in which he cannot just kill me, and then I had enough economic advantage that you were going to be the one that had to move forward to put the pressure.
Yep, and yeah, the rest is history. couldn't do it. Not enough there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I yeah, and the Varn play, Varn just got killed way too quickly. I'm not sure what I was trying to do there. So yeah, maybe just backing off a bit earlier, or I guess you'd say never even committing in the first place. Or sorry, if you had more to say about those last few turns.
No, that's good. I think the rest is just it was just the usual exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say never really try to be the aggro and just plant those gates there, because you won't really be getting actually units to do much stuff there, and it's hard to even sustain those positions against them when they can just build wherever they want.
Yeah, it's tough because I don't want to just let the inventor waltz on forward. Like I want to be aggressive insofar as that I'm putting stuff in his face so that he can't just like walk onto my side of the battlefield. And so like finding the middle ground where I'm not just like exposing my own units by going too far aggressive, but then also not just letting him just walk over onto my side. It's tough.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's why you want to do it on the fourth rows. Like that's kind of like when you're gonna try to do that, but you're gonna try to do it in those two fourth rows, in which pretty much means that you're gonna try to keep him on his 3 rows. So wherever he's trying to rush forward, if you have a chance, you just throw something to try to hit him or slow him or whatever in his face.
Yeah.
That's the type of thing you want to do. So let's unless you have anything else you want to cover in the match, we can go
Sounds
and
good.
like check the let's do the faction analysis.
Yeah, let's do it. Which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with the inventor. Yeah, let's go with the inventor.
Okie dokie. All right.
So this deck is pretty, I mean, it's one of my favorite decks now, is because you have to play it in a completely different way than any other deck. And when you play against them, it's also a completely different strategy that you would follow against any deck. So this guy is all about going forward and just blasting all the units, like building them diagonal everywhere, overwhelm the opponent, send them all the way back, just keep pushing, clogging gate spots. So that's what it's all about with this guy. So in this matchup, you have to be a little bit more careful, just because they can do like melee to kill whatever you have in front and then hit you for 3 with the slingers. So usually in this match, when I move, I would be putting something like one of the Ember Cogs, or usually the ideal is the Ember Cog, because then you can just move the Ember Cog to keep moving forward. The turrets are not ideal because, well, they cannot move, so then you just have to go around them. That's your base case scenario. The cogs, which usually you can put them in front so that they kill them and then you keep moving forward, but in this matchup it's a lot more risky because they can then easily kill them with a melee and then attack you from the back. So that's the trickier part of this matchup, in which they do have tools to deal with that onslaught of the inventor. The workshops, just make sure that you don't put them too far back, because the thing is, you want to keep them relevant for as long as possible. Or in this game, for example, I use them at one point just to protect my advance with the inventor. Like, I got one, like a +1 attack rate on the side, but then I was okay. Like, if you wanted to use one of your units, like, you would have to send something on that side to destroy it, and then I would be able to just move forward and just start putting my blast for cogs around. So you can use it either way, but try to not put it in a position in which it's gonna be completely blocking your advance, or too far back and become irrelevant really fast.
Uh-huh.
The champions are all situational, like they all have some use cases, but the commons are so good, the Ember Cog and the Blast for Cog, and even the sentries, the Mag Cog, maybe it's always useful. In this matchup, maybe a slightly less, but the thing is, I rarely have enough magic for the champion. So at most, I play one champion per game. In this game, because they have so much firepower, they can hit so hard, I wouldn't really discard like any of my other like Ember or Blastforge to try to play some of those champions, unless it's like end game situation and you had the Helmo, the Cog as one of your last cards, and maybe you discard a couple things to play him and start recurring stuff. Like, maybe in that situation, but other than that, it would be a very specific case where I see the value on these ones.
Uh-huh.
Before, like, before discarding like any of the other stuff. So I would rather just play all my Ember Cogs or my Blaster Cogs than discarding them for the champions, especially in this matchup. The gates, the normal gates, most of the times you'll be able to just discard them. Like, don't keep them for long. You either use them that turn because you're just rushing forward and can use them to block some of the front gate summoning spots, or just discard them for magic because you don't really need them that much. So it's easy. Tend to be easy discards.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
modular upgrades, they are amazing. Like, I always use my first one on the big gate, and then the second one either on a Magcog or any of the other units to do some like cool plays, double attacks, protecting a unit with the barricade. The heating upgrade, I 95%, 98% of the times I discard it. I think just the fact that it's on build phase instead of move phase removes a ton of value out of it. That makes me always think that it's not valuable. Like, it's a waste of a card. I rather have the magic to be able to play many cogs than just get a +1. Right? Because even if you want to play a unit and then just use it without the damage, you're gonna do that. Like, it's until the next turn, and the next turn, yeah, you never know like how many hits it's gonna take. It's so
Yeah.
I guess there are some specific situations in which it's going to be valuable. For example, if you end up playing a champion, I guess it makes more sense, right? For the coolant upgrade, so that you're not, they're going to have sometimes to avoid them a bit, and you don't want to have to be getting the hits from the heavy mobile. But most of the times, I would recommend to just get rid of it, really. I don't know why they didn't do it in the move phase. I mean, I don't think they would have been too strong or anything like that. That's a very small effect you get. But being in build phase, you don't even get that damage that you would have saved by using it that turn.
Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, I'd not considered that before. I'm usually, I mean, I discard the coolants a lot, but I'll usually, if I know that there's like a unit that I have that's gonna do a couple moves before it dies, I'm usually happy to put a coolant on it. But definitely
Yeah.
not at the 98% discard rate for me.
And that's the thing, like, it's hard to know when you're going to be able to even do a couple moves with a unit.
Yeah.
Unless it's in a super safe spot. Like, sometimes they can just like kill it with 2 attacks, even if it has that, or even if it survives one turn, like just saving 1 damage on that unit. It's not, which is normal that it survives one turn, but it doesn't survive the second turn most of the times. And then saving 1 damage for one card and just getting a +1. And that's even if you want to move it. Sometimes you don't even need to move it because they attacked it and then it's able to attack. So it's just a single, many times it's a single life for one card. So it's way below the curve of what you would expect for a card.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah.
usually if it's
So
if it's one card for 2 life is when I like start to be okay with it. And then if you go above 2 life, that's when you start to get value, I think.
exactly, that's kind of the like the measuring stick that you could think of if you go by the one of the first effects, like burn, like you get 2 damage with one card. You would at least expect to get 2 life, right? With this one, and maybe because it's damage and not it's life and not damage, maybe you would expect a little bit more, like get
Yeah.
one more. And this one, best case scenario, many times you just get 2 life. One, if you need to move it, and two from the +1. And that's if you need to move it. Yeah.
Gotcha,
So the
gotcha.
barricade, like for example, this game I discarded the first one because I had the two of them pretty early. But it's great when you're moving forward, when you're marching, and it's the same thing for the front gate positions like the gates, or to attack with the inventor and then just protect that spot. Just make sure that when you use it to protect the front flank, you're still able to move like through one of the sides. Like you're not completely just stuck because you have that and then like a turret and then like a mag hawk, something like that. So that's just one of the key things with the forge, which is one of the hardest things to learn with them when you start, like not trapping yourself.
Yeah.
All right, and the other ones, the ember, and it's just like the best one probably, just because of the reach that it gives you. You're gonna try to use as many as possible. Try to in this matchup, like try to use them in a way in which they won't be able to just kill them in one attack, right? Like put it in front of a brute, and then they have the brute and the slinger on the back, and then they kill it, and you just attacked with or two or something. Like you
Yeah.
don't want to use it that way. You want to try to use it in a way in which it is protected, like what we saw in the game, like in front of one of the gates of the opponent, or on the side of one of a barricade, something like that is the ideal thing. Blast Forge, try to reserve it for like the big units of the Vargoth. So you want to try to clear those collars and those brutes with them, or just when because that's the tough thing for the Vargoth. Like they need to have like a tight formation for the bonus, and they're usually going to be close. So it's easy to get like the shockwave effect.
Yeah.
So even like getting rid of a slinger or a damage unit, it's great if you're able to get like 2 extra damage on the shockwave. Like that's just amazing. So
Yeah.
those are really good in this matchup. The turrets are also quite good because the Vargoth relies a lot on melee damage. So it's easy to get some value out of them. The key is to find those positions which are front facing enough that they won't be able to just ignore it, right? Like it's easy to put the cogs in a way that they can just completely avoid that lane and without really suffering any impact. So I found that usually the mid of the field, like around the center side of the field, is the ideal spot, and you want them to be like third, fourth row at least of your side, so that
Uh-huh.
whenever like they want to march forward with the melee units, like they can get hit on the side from that one to try to hit another of your units, right? Like something like that is the ideal positioning for those. Finally, the mag cog. You can use them. They're great to deal with those final damages to Sunderved because of those plays like we saw the attract, like you hit with a ember, and then you just do like a couple cogs to reach them when they thought you can reach them. Sometimes you can try to go for the see if you can kill a slinger, but I wouldn't do it that much because you have like a 40 something chance if they have
Yeah.
2 life,
Yeah.
and then you already did the attract, so you're just giving them easy magic that they love in this matchup, right? Like they're going to take as much magic. So that's why maybe I wouldn't even play all the cogs. I think in this I didn't discard a single one, but as you saw, I was being very cautious with them. Some of them I just play them because I had all of them early, so I just want to get them off my hand.
Yeah.
But I was trying to not give you easy magic because I know like the Vargat has just too many ways of using it in this matchup. So the Magcog may be a little less valuable. I still like them for those plays in which you like the ones that I was doing in which you hit Sunderved and now you're leaving the cock there. So the hard hitting Sunderved it's a waste if they're using it to just try to kill a Mac cock, right? Or similar thing with Varn or anything like that, in which you're removing those hard hitting units, like you're taking the target away that they would have had like when you kill something with Blast Forge and then replace the front side of that Blast Forge with this guy with a Mag Cog to do another attack. But then now they cannot just move in front of the Blast Forge and finish him off or kill him.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, and that
All good.
covers this one. Any questions? Any
Yeah,
thoughts?
no, that all makes sense. I think that's feels pretty standard for what the Forge are just trying to do
Yeah.
game to game.
All right, and then for the Vargas, so I think this is a tough matchup for the Vargas. I think, well, almost for every faction, I think it's a tough matchup going against the Forge. But at least the Vargas, they have means of dealing with them. Like some decks just don't have anything. Like they're just gonna get completely overwhelmed. But this guys, because of this lingers, being able to attack through the same flank, the martial forces, Barn, they have many ways of dealing damage to the inventor, which is what you want to do. Like once you start chipping in a few times and they start getting into that like 5 life range,
Yeah,
they cannot really just move that easily because they are at risk of getting hit hard with like a Varn or Sundervet killing your front unit, doing martial forces, hitting you melee, and then something on the back hitting you. Like those 5 life can just go out in play like that, like half of the times.
yeah,
So that's why they do have tools. So, but it's a tough balance because you want Sunderbed to be relevant. So he has to be around all of this action. But you want to make sure they don't hit him hard. And if they hit him, they have to send like a mag cog for to see if they get 2. Many times they'll get 1, and then they'll use the unit. Like you're okay with that, but he cannot be on the front of the action because it's easy to get surrounded with if the inventor is able to just rush and then just put some units next to him. So I would be careful. Really, I would just use him when I have stronghold to then retreat, or when I have the martial forces, right? As we mentioned before. Then Barn, it's must play. Quen, auto discard in this matchup. Well, I guess there might be situations, right? If they already have like a mass of units and you have like a lot of magic and like those type of situations, but it's rare. I would most of the times you'll just discard it.
yeah,
Horodin, it's more playable than usual because you will be discarding a few more events. Um, for example, well, in this game, we'll go through the events, but you'll be discarding a little bit more than usual. You'll be getting a lot of, well, a decent amount of magic from all those cogs. Like they'll be playing most of them.
yeah,
You still need to discard like a few things. So, for example, if you play that guy, you're likely discarding many of the common units, which we'll talk about which ones are bigger priority for a discard. But by doing that, it's feasible to play both Tordin and Barn. So let's go to the events. Stronghold, I really like it in this matchup. Like I would still discard 1 if I get it too early before I'm in a position to get value or if I draw both. But I like it because you're able to then get some value of some of your hard hitting units by just going forward, like destroying or damaging like those cogs pretty hard so that they're at 1 life, 2 life, and then just completely disappearing and going to the other side of the board. That's a huge effect against the Forge because that's the main thing that hurts them. Like they're fighting on the left side and suddenly all the targets go away and you're on the other side, right? So that's I would try to at least use one of those in this one that way when I'm fighting for the midfield, but I feel like hey, this is not sustainable. I do one final move forward with everything, just attack and then just move.
gotcha.
Then the martial forces, I think it's really just the usual. Use it to protect Sundervet or to do those plays in which you're gonna hit the inventor. So you want to kill whatever they have in front and then hit the inventor by putting the martial forces there. Like that's one of the best. Like you want to use it for something valuable like that. It's pretty much
Yeah,
hitting the inventor, not for stuff like hitting I don't know, like a gate and then just putting it forward so that they don't hit you back. Like that's not the type of value you're looking forward, or even a number cog, and then just putting something on the there that won't be able to hit something else. Or uh, try to not use it that way because the inventor, when he's coming at you, he will always have a unit forward. Like he's going to be close with a unit in front of you. So that's why it's easy to find that situation in which you can do that. Finally, ramming advance, I would say almost all the time you'll just discard it. You need the magic to just get more units, and it's hard to find a situation in which it's going to be valuable enough. Like getting one unit to get the +1 and the movement, it's not good enough. So unless you can do some big play that is like a blowout, and then you just do stronghold or just are able to be in a safe spot, because it's hard to sustain those front-facing positions. It's not even worth it many times, like just even going there, because you know what happens, right? If you try to camp there, it's going to be easy for them to concentrate all the attacks too. So most of the time I would discard it. And finally, stronghold, the battle leader. We mentioned it that sometimes it's hard to be able to use them because Thunderblade is not able to get that much into the fray. But if you're able to combine it with stronghold, go for it. Like it's really valuable to get the 4 attacks. But otherwise, if you're going to be in an exposed position, it's not even worth it because they can do a lot of damage really fast if the inventor is able to get close to Sundervet and then just plant a few units.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it
so
makes
that's
sense.
why. Yeah, that one, it will make it easier to be able to play Thoradin if you don't have like a great use for battle leader. That's an extra set of events that usually I use, but in this case, they would just be extra magic. So the units. So the Slinger, he's going to be a key for this match. Like I wouldn't discard a single one of them because the key is to be able to attack through the same flank. That's the only way to break through the Forged Fortress and
Yeah.
actually put some pressure on him, right? Because the thing with his fortress is that they don't care if you destroy the unit in the front. They actually sometimes want you just to open the way again. So they'll just keep coming and just replacing the unit. So it's not enough to just kill the unit in front. You need to then at least be able to punish them for that advance that they're taking on that. So the Slinger will allow you to do that. The challenge here is really just be able to be positioned in such a way that they will always be attacking for 3. I think you saw at some points in the game that you wanted to use him, but he was too far away from Thundervet. So
Yeah.
then attacking for 2, there's a big difference. So I think that's the main challenge with this guys in this matchup. Then the fighters, I would say that this is the main card that you're going to be discarding in this matchup, like that you would usually not discard. Like in most matchups, you're going to be playing 3 or 4 fighters, right? But in this matchup, maybe I'm just playing 1 fighter. Like there might be, because I just need like a 3 hitter while the Thunderbird is around, and like that, and that's the one that I have. I want something that is cheap, so you're going to be playing 1 or 2, but I would discard the other ones, and the reason is that the low amount of health makes it too easy for the inventor to just chew through them really easily. Like
Hmm.
once they
Hmm.
use Fortune Flame once, then it's easy for their units to just kill them in one attack. Many times they're gonna even get like 2 damage from Fortune Flame, so it's hard for him to be valuable. Like just getting a single attack and getting taken down in a single attack, like easily in a single attack, because he's on 1 or 2 life. It's not good enough. So this is the unit that I would discard more to be able to have enough magic for Thoradin and Barn and more brutes, maybe even. But I wouldn't even mind like discarding the 4 of them if I can play more of my other units, which will be more relevant. Like you want units that they are not able to just destroy in a single turn, because
Yeah.
that's what slows them down. The fact that now that unit is still there, or that they spend like most of their attacks just getting rid of a unit and
Yeah.
and the blast and flames ability and that thing. So
Yeah.
that's the guy that I would use differently. The colors, I would say maybe you use them more than usual because many times you play 3 colors, right? I would say that's the average in a game. But in this game, it just makes sense to use the 4 of them. Just because it's your cheap unit that is going to be able to take a few hits. They're going to be combinating well with brutes, because you want to get those ramming situations. To one of the ways that you want to use them is to make the turrets irrelevant, right? Like if you suddenly move a turret to the side lanes of the board, many times like you don't have to worry about the turret anymore. Like it won't really be doing that much now, threatening you with those like free 1 damages. So the color, you want those interactions, and really you just want to have something in front of the slinger. So this guy is perfect for that. And
Yep.
finally, the brute. Then this guy is also mid shield, but you want a mid shield that is hitting hard, hitting for 3, getting the bonus, and then just chewing through whatever they keep building. And they're gonna be going down. Like, don't be concerned about that. The thing is, you wanna, if these guys are also hitting for 3, and if they're doing ram and all that, that's where the economic battle. Like, you can balance things out and just be destroying more than they destroy you. So I would say they're also pretty good, especially because they're going to be charging at you, right? So that's why you want to protect those front gate spots, like with whatever, really, like especially the collar, because it's okay. Like, the collar is there just to take the hits, but then after that, you want to bring the brutes so that you can like charge, like ram something, hit something hard, and so that's why I would use more brutes than usual. Maybe like on average, I would say I usually play around 3 brutes. Maybe in this game I play 4 brutes, or if I don't play Tordine, I play 5 brutes. It will be hard to play the 5 if you also go for Tordine, but sometimes, like if you have Tordines early and you're not even close, you can just discard it and then just try to play more brutes.
Gotcha.
Cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, that covers it. Any questions, any comments, anything you want to
No,
mention about this?
I think I like it all. I like these new factions giving us like more opportunities to have discussions and to like I feel like there's more opportunities for disagreement about something that's just come out and how it should be played. So it's fun. This is a new matchup. I'll be curious to see how it goes in the league. I saw Fuzzy in the content streaming channel was predicting that the Forge will fall slightly short of your prediction of their win rate because people have not quite figured them out. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, that's true. They are hard, but they are hard to play, but they are also hard to play against. So that
Yeah.
is the, like, it's easy to make many mistakes against them, like thinking that you can play it as any other game.
Yeah.
So I would say, like, my prediction for this one would be we're gonna see around between 55 and 60, leaning to the Forged. That would be what I would think of this one.
Yeah.
I mean, so far it looks like it's not even close. I hadn't seen what you're looking at right now,
Oh,
but
well, this is just 10 games. We got a lot
yeah,
more to
so
come.
10 games exactly. So I think like honestly, but yeah, I would think like the Forge has a slight edge in this one, not as big as usual. So it's probably around 55 at tops 60%. Let's see how that one goes.
Yeah. Good stuff. Well, are you looking forward to next week's matchup?
Yeah, absolutely. That one is it's a fun one. I think I've encountered that one a few times. What happened with the Sand Goblins Fallen Kingdom percentages, by the way? Let's
Oh,
just
let's
take a
see.
look. Did it lean to Sand Goblins as we thought it would? Okay, right
Uh,
now Burley it is Burley, and not
Barely.
sure if
Yeah,
Falcon.
no, I think I saw this surprised me. I did not really. Yeah, this surprised me. I
Yeah,
would think St.
yeah.
Helens would at
So
least be
one more, then
55
like 2-2. The next one is for the season.
for the season cup, the highly coveted Ben and Vexer Cup. Well,
Yeah,
it's been a
the league
blast.
show.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know, yeah, like the league showcase cup. Yeah,
Yes, yes, yeah. So you'll just have to tune in next week to see who takes it. Give me polar dwarfs, people. Come on. I need it. Well, thank you. Thanks for joining us. I'm excited for this. Excited to close it out, and I feel like I've learned a ton as always. Thanks so much.
yeah. Thank you very much, man. It's been a fun season so far. And thank you everyone for watching. So I'll see you next week then.
All right, bye bye.
Bye.
You too. Yep, and stay tuned same time next week. No, definitely not the same time. I don't know. Sometime over the it's always over the weekend next week for the conclusion of this season and sign up for the Summoner Warzone League yourself. The just swzone.com. After this season, it'd be the perfect time to jump in. There'll be like a 2 week break at the end of this Wayfarers with Polar Dwarves, and then we'll be on to season 22. People are going to vote on what matchups will be in that season, and yeah, it'll be fun. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next week. Bye bye.